Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of the State League Show. My name is Big Sexy. This is Singy, my co-host, Lil Singy. Make it a thing.
Yeah,
Make it a thing.
Okay, it's a thing. Yeah, that's all right.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Hey, we're back. It's
What's
episode
the
2.
shortest anyone's ever last as a co-host?
This would be it, I reckon.
well,
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm surprised that we made it. Yeah,
But good to be back.
Yeah, here we
Good
are.
to be back.
Yeah,
Here we are.
Episode 1 was okay. A couple of things that we sort of just really spoke about the point system.
Yeah.
Right. Couple of things that we didn't quite get to talking about. We sort of afterwards we went, oh, hang on, I'm 3 points.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy
what?
to think.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously not based on talent.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, big time Rezzies. Yeah,
Real big Rezzies guy.
yeah, yeah.
Comeback player of the year for me personally.
Thank you. Yeah,
Very
I'll take
important
that.
in my lineup.
Yeah.
I do give you a lot of stick, but
Yeah.
you're a very important cog in there.
All right, enough of this. This is weird.
Yeah, all right,
you're
sorry,
kind of
my
being
bad.
nice to me,
Yeah,
and I don't like it. But it is interesting, right? So, like, I changed associations, and
yeah.
moved to Morley for personal reasons, and now I'm sort of like worth 3 points, right? So, like, it's not an issue for me because like I'm a Rezzies guy, but it's interesting, right? Like personal circumstances sort of get in the way or whatever. But yeah, there you go. Food for thought. As we said, it's not perfect.
It's
we
not
know this.
perfect.
Yeah.
BWA haven't, said this is perfect. There's a few little things, and that's one of them that for me feels an interesting one. There's probably no allowance for personal circumstance. Like I said, you moved for a lifestyle change, not to come and play baseball competitively or like. That wasn't the reason behind your move.
Yeah.
Another person in similar boat to you, Travis McDonald, who played for Perth last year, he married a Perth girl.
Yeah.
And they're living here.
Yeah.
So he's moved over, and again, he's admittedly in the twilight of his career, he's not come to be this next baseball phenom over in Perth, and he's just looking to play, and Perth copped. I don't know if copped, but he incurs 3 points, which is a tough one for Perth, just welcoming him with open arms. So it is what it is. But
it's just a funny thing, right?
It is. I use the example of mate of mine, Tommy Bailey. I think we all know Tom Bailey. He's a Wanneroo guy through and through. He's a teacher though. So I think about this as a hypothetical.
Hypothetical, right? Hit me.
I like dealing in hypotheticals.
Yeah. Talk to me.
If he had to move to Mandurah for his work as a teacher, he's not going to drive an hour and a half to Wanneroo for training. And if he just said, boys, I love you up there at the Roo Boys, but I'm going to play for Rocco because it's 20 minutes, not an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Rocco, all of a sudden, they're not going to say no to Tom Bailey. They'd be stupid to. But all of a sudden they're dealing with a 5-pointer now instead of So
it's crazy. Yeah.
not perfect, but
yeah, it is what it is. That's we spoke about it a bit more in episode 1. If you haven't listened to it, go and listen to it now. You'll get your head around it. I think I do. Basically, if you're really good, you cost more. And if you change clubs, you cost even more.
Yep.
The max you can be is 6 points, 30 points a game. Hey, doesn't worry me down in Rezzies, so it's fine. But it's going to be good to talk about as we go on through this year. So
tell you what, those 2 extra points on your name might cost you a couple pinch hits. That's
I think it's definitely that. It's definitely not to do with my agent's skill at all, but it's those points. Yeah. So, but that's all. No, that's good. Well, this episode we're going to go around and we're just going to look at some of the teams. There's been some transactions, some sort of transfers as such around the clubs. And Singy's done all the research, and I've basically just showed up, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in my house, so if I didn't show up, thanks, mate. Yeah, someone had to do something. But anyways, I'm getting sunburnt sitting under these lights. But let's get into it. So, where did you want to start as far as around the league, and maybe look back on a little bit of last year, and then of course, what's happening going into this year?
Yeah, I think the year that was. Obviously, I was very fortunate to be part of a team that took it home. Morley, we just kind of hit our straps right at the end of the year, but it was a really fun year. There's a couple of teams coming last year, and I think they'll be there again this year. So it's an exciting year ahead. Looking forward to it. Games are just around the corner.
Yeah, literally like next week.
I'll tell you what.
When this releases, it's next week.
The off season goes like a flash. So but exciting time of the year, and hopefully it brings with it a bit of sunshine. That'd be nice.
Be lovely.
Sick of the cold weather and rain.
So who you got your eye? Let's start with who do you want to start with? Let's start with Gosnells. Do you want to start with them for this year to see what's going on there?
Start with the Gozzies guys. Look, admittedly, they'd acknowledge it as well. It's been a lean few years for them. But we talk about the point system and the opportunity for equalisation with the removal of that 2 import requirement or cap per game. So the Gozzies boys, look, led by Robbie Adamson. I tell you, that guy, there's another Benjamin Button. The guy, he hit 450 last year.
Wow.
And this guy has done this for
forever.
10 years. Longer. He just gets on base. He just drives the ball. Robbie admittedly won't. He would admit that he's not in the gym. He's no Hulk, but this guy, good at bats, good long at bats, drives the ball. So you know what you're going to get from Robbie as a leader. Look, I think if they get 2 good imports at a minimum, I don't know what they've got, but likely they're going to get a pitcher and maybe a catcher. I think a couple good imports will really help them on their way. They've had some pretty good arms come out for them in the past. They've done pretty well with imports, so it'd be good to see them get another couple studs. And the old boys down there, our mate over at Grubby Mitts, those old wily dogs, they just keep rolling out and they give you a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I saw a video thanks to Tyler from at Grubby Mitts. If you haven't, I mean, you've got to be absolutely off your head if you're not following Grubby Mitts. He does fantastic glove restorations. We've both had our gloves done by Tyler and there at Grubby Mitts, and just dead set, like it's like a new glove. But he sent me through a video, which I'll try and put into this episode here, and hopefully while we're talking of you getting walked off down there at Gozzies, which is pretty awesome. He said to me, he goes, and full humility and all of that. He goes, mate, I'm a career 100 hitter, and I think you'd basically shut them out for the game. And he gets up and just drives one up the middle, walks him off, and of course Brendan Singy on the mound, he's bloody throwing the head around. He's upset. He's walking off. He's storming off the mound. But
tail between the legs.
It was awesome.
Off that,
he said it was one of his dead set career highlights in baseball. I think that's awesome. So the whole team's around.
It was the old Brendan Singy special. It was the 2-seam that went straight as an arrow. I remember it well. A good mate of his as well, Lee Wisby. I tell you what, the 9 holes down at Gosnells have given me a bit of trouble over my time. He walked me off as well at Baseball Park. So Gosnell's not always happy hunting grounds for me.
No, not a great ERA.
Robbie Adamson, I would say a good chunk of that 450 came from me last year. So you're welcome, Robbie.
All right, well, let's move on. Who else do you want to talk about here? We could move over to Swans, of course, Swans District Baseball Club. I have to give them a mad shout out because they have been doing some work on the gram. So the socials for Swans, well done. Whoever's doing that, I'm not sure who it is, but congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back because it's
well-deserved. Good
bit of hard work there.
Good gram content.
Yeah, we love a bit of tent.
Yeah, I like it. So Swans being led by good fella, Josh Dowling or JD, known around the league. I think he's the right guy to be leading that group. Bit of a younger group, and externally it really looks like those young guys really respect JD. I know I do. He was always fun to play against. So I think they've got the right guy there. Again, they probably last year, JD would admit they probably didn't get to where they wanted to be, but they made it interesting late. They started fairly poorly, but they came knocking late and they knocked off some teams, and they made it interesting. I think again another team that will benefit from a good couple imports. And what I will say is JD has done a great job in the past of getting some pretty nasty arms out.
Yeah.
And it looks like, checking the gram, scoping the gram, it looks like he's got another pretty good arm. Big fella, looks like big, tall righty. He looks good, and it looks like they've got a catcher as well, which I think is really important for them.
Yeah.
Having a guy that can control the running game. I think, I expect them to, same thing, really troubled teams. They're no walkovers. They have, we talk about player movement. Unfortunately, they have lost one of their probably more promising young guys in Boston Foot. He's made his way to Perth this year. He threw 65 innings last year for Swans, and he's a two-way guy as well.
Right,
65 innings it's not easy just to find 65 innings. That's a bit of a tough spot for him.
Yeah.
But I got confidence JD will rally the boys, and it looks like they've got two strong imports, which is really important for a team like them.
One thing I'm not sure if we did go over it in the last episode, but just a quick reminder for those of you that with this transfer system now, both clubs have to come to an agreement prior to going to BWA to say this is what we're putting out. Yep. So just so we're all aware of how that all works, players, you can't just go, oh, we're gone and go and sign up now. It's basically you've got to go to your club has to talk to your next club, and then they have to come to an agreement on terms of whatever that is, whether it's money or something, I don't know. But there you go. So there is a system in place, and then they take it to BWA, and BWA say, yeah, cool, or no, you haven't done it right. So
I think if there's an agreement in place between the teams, BWA, it's
basically done.
It's done.
Yeah, cool.
It's when there's not that BWA will
has to step in and do that.
But so a bit of a loss not a bit of. He's a good young player. We faced him last year, and I think he threw seven innings, one run against us, and he's got a good little fastball and a breaking ball. So good
name too. Strong name.
Boston Foot. Boston got the
big Boston guy. Yeah. Manny Ramirez bat. Yeah.
Maybe you'll get him in here. Maybe when I'm on my honeymoon, big Boston Foot.
Maybe, there you go. Throw it out to you, mate. He's got a big league name, so bring him in. Get him in.
Nice. So Swannies, like I said, JD's the right guy to be leading them, definitely. Yeah. So let's see how they go this year.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Who do you want to go to next? Where do you want to go next?
Souths.
Let's go Souths. Yeah.
Again, another team, probably last year, they struggled a bit last year, tough year, and they are another team that's probably subject to a bit of player transfer, unfortunately for them. We referenced last episode, Jake Bowie will be heading to Braves, which is a really big pickup for them. But not only that, Jai Hewitt will also be heading to Perth as well. So
wow, that's a big few years.
Bit of a tough spot for South.
You got Woz, you got Kiz, you got now Bowie, and now Jai Hewitt.
Not to mention Brett Walters.
Right.
Again, another Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Blokes. I don't want to get this wrong.
Wally will come he's played for a long time. Let's just say that. Yeah.
I think it starts with a 4, the age.
Yeah.
But he hit 380 again.
Yeah.
Not the easiest thing to replace, and but what I will say is South Perth. There's some guys that past state league guys and reserves guys who they went down and won a B grade flag last year. They knocked the Morley boys off.
Yeah.
I'll always say this: the Morley boys didn't have the loss they needed throughout the regular season. It's always makes you nervous going into a grand final.
Yeah.
So, but guys like Max Wheeler, Kemp Fitzgibbons, Andrew Lang, these guys are going to be coming back up into the fold. Been speaking with the boys, and I think they'll just, again, we talk about JD being the right guy at Swans. Maxie Wheeler, he'll never claim it, but he's a natural leader.
Yeah,
people gravitate towards him. So him being back in amongst that mix, the twos, he's just going to set standards. So they've got a player coach coming out. Looks like a catcher import. So again, I always think the teams that are down the bottom of the ladder, I think having a good catcher is imperative. We've had years where some of those teams haven't, and the top teams are stealing 10 bases a game, and it just kills any momentum. So looks like they got a catcher coming. which is good, great for them. My understanding is they've got an arm coming as well. No doubt losing some chunky parts of their lineup, but let's see how they go. Like I said, I think they've got the right guys back. Really good baseball people, real good baseball brains back. Making some decisions.
And let's hope those guys can get in and influence enough in Rezzies and that for that next young crop coming through.
You watch Max Wheeler will be in that state league lineup before Christmas.
All right. Okay. Two. There you go. Nasty.
Find himself hitting 350 in the leadoff spot or something. He's pretty good at that.
Okay. Where do you want to go next, Singy? Talk to me. Who's in your head next? You want to go Vic Park? You want to talk about Vic Park Reds?
Sounds like you want to go Vic Park.
Let's go. Let's go right now. Let's go to Vic. Come on.
So again, two seasons ago, really strong push from the Reds under Drewy. He's got the guys moving in the right direction. I think they played in the 4 versus 5 game 2 seasons ago.
Right.
Really competitive, really good import. And this is what Drewy's pretty good at, is finding some good imports. 2 years ago, that was next level. They had an ambidextrous pitcher.
Actual?
Yeah, Japanese guy. Dice you up from the right side, then dice you up from the left side. So, look, I backed Drewy in to find some solid imports again, and they got Shawnee Garrett, another guy who hits close to upper threes, close to 4 each year. I'm hoping to see, Ryan Boyer, a good leader down at the club, playing third. He's a bit of a cornerstone there. He can bop some balls down there at Vic Park. Matty Martin, the Morley boys will have a chuckle. We call him Cy Martin because he always carves us up. So I know he's come back from injury last year, so he didn't throw as many innings. But he's ever reliable. You know what you're going to get from him. He goes out.
I heard a rumor he was done last year.
Did you? Well,
I don't know.
Was. And
I'm not that clued in with people, but that's what I heard.
I'd heard the same thing, but then I'm pretty sure he threw 60 innings. So one of those guys. I'm done. But
but I'm good. Yeah.
If he's there, you know what you're going to get from him. Another 60 to 70 innings.
Yeah.
A bit of a bulldog, that guy. I understand injuries start happening and. You start thinking, geez, this is just amateur sport. But I'd love to see Matty healthy and out there because, he's had our number a fair few times. I think, again, a couple good imports away from them pushing again, being that, that 4 versus 5 playoff. Still a really young core down there, so lots of growth down there at Vic Park. Let's see where they land this year.
Well, speaking of down there, have you got any intel on what's happening all the way down there in Rocco? What
Rocco? Look, this is, I don't know what you call it. This is my team, Pick to Click.
Yeah, right.
Watch
they
out.
were pretty nasty late last year.
Watch out for Rocco this year.
Yeah. Vinny back there from all
Vinny,
accounts?
unless anyone knows any different. Actually, no, I saw him on a list of, he's the junior president at Rocco. So
cool. Yeah,
he's here.
Yeah,
he's here. So he's obviously, I think this will be his 3rd season at the helm.
Yeah.
Talk about a bulldog. There's a guy who loves taking the ball on the mound. But I think what's good with Vinny is good leader. He can be their number 2 guy. He no doubt will get another pitcher this year. So if he can get his pitcher to be an ace, he's your number 2 guy. If you got Vinny as your number 2 guy, you're
doing okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Another team that I think definitely benefits from getting a catcher import. Last year they had Chris Proctor. Probably one of the better bats we've seen in the league for quite a while, which makes sense. He played AAA baseball.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he's coming back. He'd be great. If he's coming back, he just makes the league better.
Yeah.
They've obviously got Diggins out at shortstop, good leader. And the big one is they've got Caden Nicoletto coming back into town.
Right. Okay.
Now, Caden has been away for a few years, went and dominated NAIA ball, dominated. Wow. And then last season transferred to D1 Mizzou.
Oh, wow.
Missouri Tigers. Robbie Glendinning territory.
Wow.
So the guy can
legit.
crush, big lefty bat. Was a tough out before he went away to college, and he's only got better since. So, that bat, lefties down at Rocco,
Nasty.
That's the place to be. Aaron Bonomi.
Yeah, shout out, Bones.
I reckon he has 3 bombs a year and 2 of them are at Rocco and maybe one's at Careen. So, yeah, big lefty stick, like genuine 3-4 hole hitter right there. Right. They likely will probably lose him to the heat for a while.
Right.
But he'll be there either side. He's an impact bat. And I know he pitched a bit at Mizzou as well. So he's wow. I don't know what his plans are if he wants to pitch as well, but if he does, I'm having a two-way guy with this point system.
True.
Invaluable.
Yeah, so, right. Singy's picked a click. Rocco.
Picked a click. I see Rocco. Well, I mean, they were in that 4 versus 5 game last year.
Yeah.
And they're adding a big bat.
Fair enough.
So
all right.
Watch this space and definitely watch the space for next season.
Yeah,
because
so if it's not this year, it's definitely it's go time.
They've got another big bopper who's currently at college who should be back the following season. Chase Diggins. So University of Kansas. Yeah, again putting up real good numbers, making Aussies proud. So
wow,
Rocco could be a bit of a force the next coming years.
True. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Well, let's move on. Let's move over to Perth. Let's go to Perth. Perth Baseball Club. Talk to me. What sort of intel have you got there? What's happening?
Well, obviously we mentioned the 2 names who are heading over to Perth, Boston Foot and Jai Hewitt.
Yeah.
I think really smart from Lee. We played Perth last year in the the semi-final.
Yeah.
Their bats are never an issue. They're strong. 1 through 9, but probably where. And this is purely my opinion, where they fell off was probably the depth of their Aussie pitching.
Right.
So Lee's gone and got 2 young guys, two of the better young arms in the league. Makes sense to me. It feels like what they need offensively. Like I said, you got the McGee's at the top of the lineup. Those boys know how to play baseball, and they're just tough at bats. They just grind out at bats. Jalen leads off. He's one of the better leadoffs I reckon, over the last 10 years in state league baseball.
Yeah, wow.
Josh, getting a bit longer in the tooth, he won't mind me saying, but still just good at bats, lefty stick, can drive the ball to an alley. Last year, they aced their offensive import, got a catcher. I have heard a rumour he might be coming back, but don't hold me to that.
Okay.
If he is, terrific. He was, I forget his name, but he was a big unit behind the dish.
Yeah.
And he drove the ball. He controlled the game, the running game, really well. So if he's back, that's great. And then a big difference I noticed last year with Perth was their young guys. Yeah, Benny Nesbitt, Riley Oliphant, Austin Moyle. They just lengthened that lineup. So previous years you'd get through, to 6, 7, 8, 9, and
you good
cruise
to go.
A picture, you were just like, all right, bit of a breather.
Yeah.
Mate, these young kids.
Not having it. Grinding it out.
They're hitting 300 in, 7, 8, 9 hole.
Yeah.
So you can only expect them to get better. Braden Moyle, who had a year off, I think forgive me if I get this wrong, Braden, but I think he did his knee at footy, or he did something at footy, so he pitched a little, and I think he found something there. He had some great games, but there's another young name back in the fold. So again, a really young core.
Nasty.
Got some good players coming in. If that catcher's coming back, that's great. I don't know what the status of their pitching import is. They had a guy last year, struggled a little bit with injury. 2 years ago, their import arm was one of the best arms I think we've seen in quite a while. So if Lee can jag another really strong arm, they'll be right there again.
Yeah, right. I mean, wow, that's next couple of years, the league's going to get better and better and better. It's crazy.
It feels that way.
To think. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So where else are we going to go? Let's go to Kareem. Yeah. Let's go Kareem.
Let's not forget Kareem.
Let's have a look.
So obviously, Connor Lowry in charge there. I think Connor leads from the front. I think he threw close to 90 innings last year, and I spoke to him a few weeks ago, and he acknowledged his body wasn't feeling great at the start of the season, but he's that leader. He's like, give me the ball, boys. So yeah. Even if you don't get 90 out of him again, but he's going to give you some really good innings for them. They got Jordan Power, who's obviously with the Heat, but when he's back, I think he's in the top 5 arms in the league. So he wins games for you. Jordan also found his stick last year.
Yeah.
He ended up hitting 350. I don't think he knew he was a hitter until last season. But
big two-way guy.
But he was getting some big hits against good arms. So I don't know if you can replicate that again. But I'll be watching. I won't be grooving heaters down the middle to Jordan because he's a pitcher. He swings hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then again, Connor has a task of getting some imports in. We'll see what he ends up with. I think, admittedly, last year the arms that he got probably weren't what he was after. But so yeah, he's connected. The guy's played high level college. He's been with the Heat. He's connected. So I'm hoping that they bring out some strong arms. Yeah, we'll see where they're at. I think. They knocked some teams off last year that, a few upsets, and I think Connor dropped a few games that they would have been kicking themselves about. So, a couple of those wins and you're looking at a different spot on the ladder.
Yeah,
so
a bit more depth.
But yeah, I think Connor's got a good thing going over there. He's a real smart baseballer and he's good with the young guys. And again, I think these teams who are on their way up, they've got the right people in place.
Yeah, that's huge.
Swans,
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got.
Hey, let's keep it going. Let's have a look at Wanneroo. What's going on? What's the intel?
Bit of a changing of the guard. Obviously, long-time coach Jay Bullingham has handed that role over. No, he's had his second kid.
Yeah, right.
And
wow,
life's
congratulations.
got busy. Yeah, good on you, Jay. Life's got busy. And, obviously coaching a state league team takes a bit of time and effort, and I think family became his priority, understandably. So he got Rob Sorensen taking the lead there. I'll be honest, bit of a surprise. Rob, he's probably one of the better people you're ever going to meet.
Yeah, right.
Bit of a quieter fella, bit of unassuming, but he's got control of the ship now. So they're a strong club up there. They're Aussies. I think they rely on Aussies. Their non-professional Aussies are really strong. Right. They've never been loaded with heat guys, just those other guys. Yeah, I always make the joke. I reckon Berkey's one of the best. There's 9-hole with the most pop I've ever seen. He won't get a hit for 10 at bats, and then he'll hit 5 homers in 10 at bats, and they're strong there. Adam Barbridge is up there. He's come from South Perth last season. He moved, and another one in that hole. He's moved next door to Wanneroo and just gone there. And anyway, that's right. But he's great up there. You got Byron Armstrong at shortstop. He's like the anchor there. Got some young guys again. Good to see young guys coming through. Quinn Fatai playing second base. Had a pretty good season last year. Looks like they've gone out and got a outfielder / first baseman import. Yeah. Similar to what they had last year. I think they've prioritised that first base space for imports in the last couple of years. So they've done that again, and they've got a big donkey lefty pitcher coming their way. D1 arm, 6'6".
Yeah,
so,
big unit.
I imagine he's gonna. Yeah, I reckon he'll have some good stuff. I reckon there might be a few fastballs getting by guys. So and again, another club that does a pretty good job with imports. Talking about that, the captain behind the plate being really important for teams. They've got Courtney Jones up there. He's a captain behind the dish. Controls the running game. Controls his pitching staff really well, works really well with his pitching staff, and the guy can hit as well. They've got a good core again. We'll see. Rob, I'm sure he's excited for the opportunity, I'm excited to see how Rob goes as well. Like I said, one of the better blokes you'll meet in baseball. So really excited for him up there, and I'm excited to see what these imports look like as well. I just love seeing good arms in the league. So 6'6" lefty donkey. Bring him on. Looks good. Yeah, fun to watch. I don't have to hit. So
yeah. You're laughing. Yeah, you're.
Bono, who's going to get a slider start behind his head and finish on the outside. He's probably like, I don't know about this, but. Yeah.
Oh, far out. Well, it feels like we've got to be close. I feel like we've almost done everyone. But let's move over to Braves. Let's go there. Let's do it.
We'll do the
Let's
Braves
talk about
ones.
it. Obviously, we mentioned that Bowie's going into that lineup, which is pretty nasty. A bit of an arm, bit of a bat as well. But I mean, that wasn't necessarily a bad lineup before that, was it?
Well, that's right. We'll start with the Bowie thing. With this point system, two-way guys, invaluable.
Yeah.
I can see a world in where, let's start off.
Yeah, new coach.
Talking about new coaches.
Yeah.
JK. Really exciting. The Kennellys, when you think about Braves, you think about the Kennellys. So it's really cool to see JK in that position. How many
Kennellys are there? Because there's like, every time I show up to baseball, there's another Kennelly that I haven't heard of.
There's 4 brothers who play, and then there's an older brother, Adam.
And then there's another 14 of them that play or just don't play all the time. Is that how many are there? Sorry, keep going.
Five brothers, but there might be a few in the woodwork.
There's so many.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, JK, big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
We're talking about, how many TK has and all that. I think that was last episode. But Yoda has been the coach, has been leading the ship for the best part of 15 years up there.
And not like he hasn't had recent success either.
No, that's right.
Just missed out this year, but hello.
Yeah, that's it. I would imagine he's got 6 as well. So there's probably an argument that he's one of the most successful state league coaches ever.
Yeah, wow.
Big shoes to fill for JK. But JK's baseball brain, it's up there. I've spent a bit of time with him, obviously, and just talk baseball and just seen him on the field. He's a bit of a larrikin off it, but when he's thinking baseball, he's pretty switched on. No doubt, new energy. The boys love JK. Got another new coach there. Yeah, Bowie coming over, invaluable as a two-way guy. I can see a world in which he's at first base and then goes to close a game out.
Yeah.
And, yes, he's 6 points, but when you go first baseman and now closer, it's 6 points for 2 roles. So that's invaluable. Be remiss of us not to mention the GOAT. Yeah. TK's there. Anytime you're throwing against TK, you can't let off. He'll hurt you if you make a mistake. So TK's there. They're just strong all around. You got young guys coming through. Lenny Golding, he's a really exciting. I think he's still under 18s, or he might have just graduated from that. But he's exciting. Speed on the base paths. It was good to see Ben Drew back in the lineup last year after some injury or illness concerns, and he can drive the ball. Another guy, it feels like everyone in their lineup can drive the ball. Benny. Sammy Kennelly, don't make a mistake to him. I have plenty of times. He'll tell you a story about a ball at Winnicott that's up on Leach Highway. I remember it well. Have nightmares. Matty Kennelly.
Yeah.
MK
Ultra. I called him after last season. That guy's a freak.
He's a freak.
Absolute freak.
Yeah. Talk about a guy that, talk about keeping guys off balance and controlling. He's setting you up. He is 100% setting you up.
Look at his stat line. I can't remember it exactly now, but it was like 90 innings or something in the year. And don't quote me, right? I'm not a research guy, but 90 innings or something in the year, and I think he gave up, say, 5 runs or something, or 9 runs or something like that.
It was absurd.
Yeah, So hey, big part of, and we'll talk about Morley soon, but big part of Morley winning that final series, I thought, was they have to beat MK, and luckily at that point they did, but I hadn't seen them do it prior to that. You know what I mean? Even the year before, it was mad props to him.
He's again another one of these guys that not getting better with age because Matty had a really successful professional career. He's got some cool stories as well. But yeah, Matty, and to think he's their number 2.
Yeah,
because you got Tucker Smith.
Yeah.
So we all know what Tucker brings. I think one of the. I know I said this about the Perth guy from a couple of seasons ago, but Tucker's got to be up there in. I've been in the league 17 years. I reckon Tucker's top 5.
Yeah, right.
Probably top 3 in port arms I've seen.
Yeah, right.
What he does, he takes the ball every day, and Yoda wouldn't have had to think about warming up the bullpen until the 7th ever.
Yeah.
It's just, he doesn't have these bad outings where got to get things going quickly. He's a bulldog. He wants the ball. He's got a good mound presence. He works quick. He'll do what he does. He'll obviously he'll be with the Heat. So they do have that, trickiness of a few guys go away to the Heat, but they've got the depth.
Yeah.
So I completely anticipate they'll be there again. I thought Hatcher took steps last year. He look at that semi-final against Wanneroo, came in both games and was untouchable. So if he can replicate that, he's a really good bullpen arm there. And then you got your 2-way guys in Sammy and Bowie who can. They can flip a coin for who's closing the game on any given day. So, no doubt they're going to be strong. Again, they're the Braves. They've been strong for a while, and with all those Kennellys, it's hard not to be strong.
Now, before we get into Morley, there's probably more actually, but I think I just thought about one club there that we definitely haven't spoken about is UWA. We nearly left them off, but. Talk to me. What are we looking at? What's this new season going to bring for UWA?
Yeah, look, they've lost a really good leader in Nick Alexio.
Right.
So my understanding is again a bit like Joe Bullingham, family and life is getting in the way of being a state league coach. So my understanding is they've got a baby on the way. So congrats to Nick and his partner.
Yeah, congratulations.
But yeah. That's what I've heard as the reason why Nick's stepped away, which is a bit of a shame for the league. I just think the more strong talent we have in the league, and Nick can throw some really good outings over the last 3 years. Seeing what he can do when he's healthy, he's a bit of a force on the mound, and the guy can swing it. He again a bit of a pitcher who swings hard, but. Although Nick's a little more refined than that. So unfortunately, Nick's not there this year. I was talking to Riley Spring just the other day. I'll admit this. I follow him on Strava, and I noticed I had heard he wasn't playing this year. And I follow him on Strava. He's a fit fella.
Yeah.
And I saw he put up a run around McGilvray, and old Inspector Singh over here. I messaged him. I said, I thought you weren't playing. Why are you running around McGilvray? So he, I think he called me a Strava creep, which is fair
that's
enough.
Pretty creepy. Yeah, that's up there.
You don't get much past me. But so what's really good about that?
Hey, good research for the show.
Good research. Well, I knew you weren't going to do it, so somebody had to.
What's Strava? Is that like a pasta or something?
It's for athletes thing.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. No, go for it.
But what's really good about that is Riley is going to be playing this year. Similar type of guy, natural leader.
Yeah.
Has had a really good baseball career. Was a really strong junior. Played overseas. I was very jealous of his time over in France. Did the baseball jobs overseas thing. So he went and played in France. He's played with the Perth Heat. Just a good ball player. Another really tough out.
Yeah. Swings
the bat hard. Outside of that, I know he mentioned to me that they're getting a player coach, and they'll get a pitcher as well, import-wise. So we'll be interested to see how they go. Admittedly, I think it might be a bit of a tough year for them, but look, I hope they prove me wrong and they knock some teams off and make it exciting for themselves.
Yeah, there you go. Now, have we spoken about everyone else? Have we?
That was literally your job.
I know. I was supposed to, but don't worry about it. We'll work it out. Someone's going to be upset anyway.
Yeah,
surely.
We might do one podcast just for one team, and
we've missed you. It'll be in depth.
In depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be talking about your favourite food, your favourite movie. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure we've gone everywhere.
No, we have.
We have
11 teams.
Yeah, surely it's time to talk about Morley. Are we allowed to? Is that okay? I mean, it's not supposed to be a Morley podcast, but I mean, how are we looking in your eyes? You've been around a little bit longer than me. It looks to me, as far as from what I've seen, it looks to me like, hey, everything's just let's run it back. Let's go again. Reload, everyone here. Let's go.
Yep. I think obviously the point system is one will be affected by that. I'm not complaining. We'll work it out.
Some clubs will, some clubs won't.
There'll be some challenges in the first couple of weeks trying to work out this Excel spreadsheet and whatnot. But I think I think we'll be strong again. We have lost Ulrich, obviously. Most people would have seen that. He's signed with the Aces. He's obviously, his fiancée lives in Melbourne, and he was doing the back and forth, which having done long distance before, it's a tough thing to keep doing it. So understand he's based in Melbourne now, so big loss for us. He had one of the better final series you'll see.
Nasty. Santa Maria.
So we, he was a big reason behind us winning last year. Incredible final series. So losing him is a tough one. We're hoping that our outfield import, Nick Ulch, will be back, having some working through some visa stuff at the moment, so we'll see.
Yep.
But outside of that, I think it's exciting. Obviously, with Ulrich, it's sad to see him go, but what it does is it opens up an opportunity for a young guy. So the names that come to mind for me, obviously George Cavalier, really strong under-18 player. I'd say strong as far as baseball performance, but also just a strong kid.
Oh, yeah.
He comes to mind as the guy who probably gets an opportunity to step up into that spot. And Tom Williams. Kid who played in my twos team last year. He was hitting like 650 before Christmas. Had hurt his knee and then picked up a concussion, which he took a bit to come back from the concussion, but then played an important role in our finals. So we've got some young guys there, which is exciting to see.
Benny Crook.
Benny Crook.
Yeah, he's just come off winning a medal for the Colts.
He's been locked in footy mode.
Yeah.
But looking at him, he's shot up. So. And broaden the shoulders a bit, so a little bit older, a little bit stronger. He's another opportunity there.
A guy that played a lot throughout the year last year, and then maybe didn't get that opportunity that in the finals for the state league side, Benny Crook, right?
That's right.
So you'd say to yourself, well, it is terrible to see Ulrich go, but you got all these kids here that have a chance now, and not saying, you know what I mean though. It's you got to look at it the right way, or else it's that's it. So
honestly,
it's exciting, man.
As an older guy, it's probably the thing I enjoy the most now these days is watching the young kids come through and seeing them grow, and it does make you realise, geez, I'm the old guy now.
I'm older than you, but that's okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
But it feels like not long ago that was me trying to chip your way into the league team. And so, and then we got the old stalwarts.
We don't have many years left. That's one thing that you got to remember. I keep thinking I'm their age too. I'm like, oh wait, I'm old.
Yeah, and then they ask you to go out to stories, and you're like, I am young, and then you get to stories, and you're like, I'm pretty old. But we do have a few old stalwarts. Obviously, Aaron Bonomi. Me and him, we both got.
Of course,
one of us has to retire before the other, but I don't know if it will happen. We both have 4 championship medals, and that is currently the most at the Morley Eagles. So one of us is trying to be the one with
Hold
5 or ahead of the other. So Bono and I will probably keep playing until we're 100. But
that's fair.
I do say I'll stop playing once the body gives up, and I've had 3 elbow surgeries and I'll just keep playing. So.
Well, hey, we've got Mitchy Graham looking like absolute killer that only Mitchy Graham can look like. So, I mean, hey, you guys will be fine for a while.
30, maybe 38. MVP.
I don't know, man. He looks sensational. Every year he comes back, it's like, every year. I've only known him for 2 years, but last year I met him, I was like, oh my God, I love this guy.
And the first year you were just a bit like starstruck. So
I was. I was like, you're Mitchell Graham.
That was a bit embarrassing. To be honest, around training and that, but that's right.
But I mean, look, hey, let's look at it. You've got Kieran Hall, you've got Alex Hall, you've got Warren Sorpold, you've got all these guys. Just arms there and then catches. Team Australia players,
Yeah.
like, it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah,
to see
it's
how that
always
comes
exciting.
out.
We've got talent, no doubt. You got Hawley,
Jess Williams.
one of the better. He's just phenomenal behind the plate. It's good to see an Aussie guy like that. Jess Williams just signed with the Heat, re-signed again. Probably
Shocker.
World's worst kept secret, but I love playing with Jess. He's a funny guy. Got a good goes about it really fun way. Kiz is. I'm excited for what's coming for Kiz. He's come back from college and dealt with some injuries at college, and I feel like for the last 2 years he's been injury free. So touch wood that remains, because I think he threw a pen the other night and it was
Pretty nasty.
mid-90s. So
Yeah.
that's just fun to see.
Yeah.
We know what was is fun, and we got Pelkey, another guy coming off injury, looking to be healthy for a good amount of time for the first time in a while. So
Southie,
Southie, same thing.
Yep.
So it's exciting. I feel like we'll be there again. But
That's always got to be the plan. So
it's good. If you're not planning for it, you probably shouldn't be there. So
there you go. That's around the grounds, and a little bit longer than we expected. But hey, it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
I told you I love baseball. I can talk about baseball.
Yeah,
all day.
no, it was good, amazing. I was sitting here thinking to myself, "Wow, this is it. We got it. This is the point of the show." Singy talking about the state league, and no, it's good. It's really good. So we appreciate you guys for listening. Of course, Gala Day, the Gala rounds, Gala weekend. It's now. It's happening. It's coming up. So as you're listening to this, it's going to be right in the front,
in the thick of things.
Yeah.
Yep.
So get ready for that. If you haven't, make sure you go and check us out on Instagram at State League Show. Go and support 1623 Baseball at 1623 Baseball on Instagram too. His name is Singy. My name is Big Sexy. That's been the State League Show. There you go. That's the outro.
That's the outro.
That's been the
Probably could have done that.
Yeah, you could have done it. Do you want to try it?
No.
No, okay, that's fair enough. Well, that's it. That's all we've got time for. So we appreciate you guys for listening. Take care. We'll see you again next week.